All right. So from the information I'm getting this evening says that Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, appeared in court today. Today is the 26th day of May 2025. Oh yes, I know this might be a surprise to some people, just as it was to me when I saw the news. But I'm bringing you this news because, you know, it has facts and figure that shows that yes, he appeared in court. Also, it might be a surprise to some people because I've earlier told us, according to the information I got from BBC Pidgin, they said that he's going to appear in court on the 30th of May. And, you know, everybody, even me, was hoping, okay, we are ready to see what will happen in Finland on the 30th of May. Not for me to come this evening, taking my side, and I saw this news that he was in court. Now, a lot of things happened in court today, according to the news we got. You know, starting from the issue of sit at home. The Nigerian lawyer is saying that Simon Ekpa has forced people to sit at home in the southeast of Nigeria, while the defendant is saying that it's not Simon Ekpa. Again, they talked about that he has used the social media platform to create or to incite violence. In fact, I don't want to talk too much. Let me just allow you to watch it and see the documents of everything that went down. All right, that is why I say that is the reason why I'm bringing you this video, because it has facts and figure. The document, everything, how it went was displayed in this video. All right, so please just sit back and hear what happened. Of course, they will be in court, you know, very soon too. So please just watch this and know what happened today, so you know what we are expecting the next time. All right, so please watch it. Don't forget, if this is your first time coming across my channel, please do well to subscribe. On this channel, I get you information of everything that is happening. All right, as you subscribe, turn on your notification button so you get notified anytime I upload a video. But for now, please, I beg you, take a little time and watch this video.
A lot of interesting and a lot of fascinating events has unfolded in the country of Finland regarding Mr. Simon, a man held in a Kilamakowski Correctional Center situated or domiciled in Finland. Today being the 26th of May of 2025, Mr. Simon was brought before the Päijät-Häme District Court to officially kickstart his trial, and a lot of events played out in the court session. So in this video, we shall be discussing and showcasing every single thing that happened today in the Päijät-Häme District Court regarding Mr. Simon's trial. Well, just in case you want to fact check us, or just in case you want to get first-hand info for yourselves, you can actually go to the Päijät-Häme District Court official website and read up all the documents posted on their official website. Yes, so today being the 26th of May of 2025, Mr. Simon appeared before the Päijät-Häme District Court to begin his trial. Yes, the Päijät-Häme District Court was opened around 10 a.m. today, but Simon was called upon around 10:55 a.m. of this said day. Yes, Simon appeared in court together or alongside his lawyer, the person of Carl Gumeres. And just in case you don't know who Carl is the official lawyer representing Simon in the court of law. Well, the whole court session kicked off around 10:55 a.m. and the very first case, or the very first document that was presented before Simon and his legal counsel team was the case of sit at home. Yes, the prosecuting lawyer presented a series of documents to state the fact that Simon somehow, some way, incited violence using his social media platform and also forcing individuals and residents of the southeastern part of Nigeria to sit at home every single Monday. But Carl Gumeres quickly countered the statements coming from the prosecuting lawyer. He was like, Simon never forced anybody to sit at home. Simon has never incited any form of violence in the southeastern region of Nigeria, and Simon will never ask anybody or force anybody to sit at home. And this is coming from Carl Gumeres in a form of protection to protect his client Simon. But the lawyer representing the government of Finland said something and presented a document that placed Carl Gumeres and the whole courtroom in a very awkward situation and position. Showing right now on your screen is the lawyer representing the government. He was like, see, this document was signed by you. If you look closely, you definitely see your signature, you see your name, and this was released on the 2nd of July of 2023. Yes, so what is this document and why is it even presented in the courtroom? Well, the lawyer was like, see, this document was released on the 2nd of July of 2023, which is a public service announcement for a sit-at-home order. He was like, see, this word order are not voluntary, meaning this is more like a compulsory announcement. He also went a step further to show that, see, we have your signature here and this came from your office. The lawyer representing the government also highlighted a section of this document which Carl Gumeres wasn't able to defend. He was like, see, this document states, and I quote, "We hereby call on all market leaders to strictly adhere to this order and treat it with utmost seriousness. We also call on all oil companies operating in USB territory to shut down oil exploration on this date to avoid the anger of the USB people, which may come with heavy consequences." The lawyer also went a step further to explain this highlighted part of this document and how or why it contradicts an optional sit at home. He was like, as you can see clearly, this is an enforcement. You threaten people to sit at home. You ask them to stay at home using very strict and compelling terms and wordings. So, as you can see, this is not an optional document or an optional request. These are the words of the lawyer representing the government. These are not my own words. And like I said, feel free to go to the Pajehame District Court website to get official and fact check every single thing that will be discussed in this particular video coverage. In a form of defense, Carl Gumeres stated that this particular document did not come from the desk of Simon. This did not come from him. This document probably was forged. This document probably was presented by somebody else and not Simon. But then the court also went a step further to present the fact that this came from Simon's Twitter page. And I don't want to bore you with all of the conversations leading to this document. Let's move and look at other interesting discussions had in the courtroom. Yes. The lawyer representing the government also said that Simon somehow, some way, has used a different platform to incite violence in the southeastern region of Nigeria, stating that Simon used or built a social media platform that was basically presented or basically built to be used as a form of inciting violence in the southeastern region of Nigeria. Showing right now on your screen is a document presented as fact. As you can see, we've blurred out some digits or some info about this document because these documents are highly confidential. And when you look closely, when you observe closely, you notice that this particular document is an email that was sent to Simon from the App Store Connect. Yes. So just in case you don't understand what is currently going on here, Simon builds or he paid or financed the creation of a social media platform known as freedomstream.oy. Yes, just in case this is your very first time of hearing this particular social media platform, it's more like a streaming platform like YouTube, like Twitter, and all of those, and Netflix, and all of those streaming platforms where you can go there, upload videos or watch videos. So the court was like, you created a social media platform known as Freedom Stream, and a lot of your users used this particular app to spread false info and to incite violence. Carl Gumeres, the lawyer representing Simon in the court of law, stated categorically that my client has no control, has no immediate control of what his users post on that platform. He was like, my client built this website or built this app. He paid for the creation of this app, and users can actually go there and upload whatever they want to upload. He has no immediate restrictions on this website or this app. He only take down videos if users flag down a particular upload. And the lawyer representing the government said negligence is not an excuse in the court of law, that you cannot use negligence to defend the fact that your own product has been used wrongly. Well, they had some back and forth, they had some conversations and all of those stuffs, which got really boring. But then the lawyer representing the government came out to present a tweet from Simon. Showing right now on your screen is a screenshot of that particular tweet where he said, this was released on the 28th of October of 2024. It states, breaking, the game-changing USB app about to hit the App Store. And the lawyer was like, as you can see, this came from your client. Your client founded and created this app, and he is the CEO of freedomstream.oy. And that app or streaming platform has been used to incite violence. And these are the words of the lawyer from the government. These are not my own words. I'm only here to give you the update and to share the news with you, analyzing every single thing that has been discussed today in the Pajehame District Court. Anyways, moving on swiftly, let's take a look at the most interesting parts of the whole court session today, because a lot of things were discussed, and if we really want to showcase everything from the Pajehame District Court, we'll probably spend more than 1 hour in this video coverage, but we're trying to summarize every single thing and make it easy for consumption and for understanding, and that is why we'll make this video very, very short and not 1 hour as the case may be. Yes, so the lawyer representing the government said that Simon has used his social media platform to incite violence and also use his social media platform to sponsor terrorism in Nigeria in different ways, in different shapes and in different forms. The lawyer of Simon said, how can you say my client has influenced or sponsored issues or incidents in Nigeria? It doesn't make sense in any way, shape or form. You cannot just come out and make allegations or place allegations on my client when you don't have proper evidence to back up your claims. And the lawyer from the government said, okay, in subsequent court sessions, I will definitely show you proof. I will definitely present proof and evidence, dissect them for you to see and understand. But then he presented something to the courtroom. He presented a full breakdown of Simon's activities on Twitter. I'll show you right now on your screen is a full breakdown coming from the lawyer representing the government, where he detailed Simon's full analytics. When you look down, when you scroll down to the bottom section of this screen or this page, you see that Simon has released over 5,582 tweets so far, and he has gathered over 226 million views and 20.8 million engagements and 11.4 million reactions. And this is coming from January of last year to September of last year only, as you can see on the left hand corner of your screen. So the lawyer was like, see, your client has used his social media platform to incite violence. He also presented a series of tweets to the courtroom and to the court sessions. He showed a lot of tweets, which I will definitely not bore you with. But if you want to see those tweets, and really understand the gravity of what is happening right now, you can go to the Pajehame District Court website and get full info for yourselves. But then moving on swiftly, the lawyer representing the government came out to make a very, very strong allegation that will probably take Simon 2 steps backwards. Yes, he made a statement that will take Simon 2 steps backwards. So what did this man say and how will it affect Simon? Well, showing right now on your screen is a tweet coming from the USB whatever Twitter page released sometime last year. It states, all USB in Zoo Army that wishes to defend our motherland USB should send me a message at, and the number was enlisted in that tweet. Yes, the number was enlisted. We had to blur out some sections of that number so as to stay in line with YouTube terms and service concerns. Yes, so the lawyer said that after thorough investigations were carried out, after the National Bureau of Investigations investigated and looked into this number, they noticed that it's attached or linked with Simon. Yes, they claim that this number was once upon a time used by Simon, and that is why he's asking any individual, any USB citizen in the Nigerian army should resign and come back and serve their motherland. The lawyer also said that this is a clear form of terrorism. Yes, you can't ask individuals acting in the country's army to leave their army and fight against the army. That this is a clear form of terrorism and whatsoever. And that is the claim from the lawyer. But Simon's lawyer, Carl Gumera, said this tweet or this post doesn't mean anything. We cannot lay basis on a tweet coming from a very different handle and not the handle of Simon. It was like, this doesn't make any sense. And how can you say a number here, showing right now on your screen, is linked with my client? He's asking the court to prove it. He's asking the court to present documents and present facts that this number is linked with Simon. But then the lawyer from the government gave a little bit of facts and a little bit of details coming out from this number's WhatsApp. Showing right now on your screen is a conversation that was sent to that particular number, which many claim that Simon was a recipient of this particular number or this particular info. When you look closely, you notice that an individual was calling for help. You can pause this part of the video to read up and understand. If you want to see what is currently going on here, you can pause this video, read and understand. They were like, see, this message was sent to your client. Somebody was asking for assistance. Somebody was asking for help. An individual who joined your army has been gunned down, and the other one is currently being hunted down. They were like, as you can see, this is the number enlisted in this particular tweet, and this is a conversation from that particular number. So the question here, how did the government manage to get this tweet? When you look closely, when you look at this particular conversation, it's not a screenshot. Somebody visibly used a phone to take this picture. That is to say, the recipient of this particular message probably took a photograph of the message, or somebody who stumbled on this phone or who stumbled on the conversation took a picture of this photograph, which simply means that there's an inside work or an insider working in the USB at the same time working for the government of Nigeria and whatsoever. So in summary, Carl Gumeres, the lawyer of Simon, played a defensive role today. He did not actually try to call out the lawyers representing the government. Carl Gumeres told Simon to just sit back, lay low, and just defend whatever comes your way. Carl Gumeres was trying to see the facts or the evidence that the government or the lawyer representing the government has at this particular point in time. And that is why he did not really push, as the case may be. So what's next? Well, tomorrow being the 27th of May of 2025, the trials will continue in Finland. Yes, the trials will continue and kick off in essence again. And maybe tomorrow, Carl Gumeres will be offensive, will be more offensive in nature. Well, just in case you haven't subscribed to our video, this is the best time to subscribe and turn on post notifications, because this week is going to be very, very interesting from the Pajahame District Court. A lot of conversations will be held throughout this week, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to miss out. So do well to subscribe.
If you think Simon Ekpa is the one making orders for sit at home in Southeast or encouraging the killings of people, then let's dialogue with him.
I think undermining democracy is not the right word. Rather, promoting democracy. You give the people a choice. And the choice of the Biafra people is a referendum. It is also a democratic process. So that is not undermining a democracy. More accepted democratic process is when you give the people choice to decide their fate.
But they have a choice. This is an election which will be following democratic laws.
In Nigeria, Biafran people do not have a choice. And that is a historical problem created by the Britain. So everybody, as you have been a journalist with your experience and the history of Nigeria, you will agree with me that Nigeria is a mistake because of the tribal and dangerous diversity in Nigeria, which is also a destructive diversity. So when you give the people the choice to choose how they want to live, that is a true democracy. A democracy is not when you bring in the military and invade communities, burn the communities because people are protesting. You kill them. Is that democracy? Do you do that in the United Kingdom? The answer is no.
But what about your role in all this? Your tweets.
My role.
Wait a minute. Your role in all this. Your tweets and your social media. Why the need for violence?
It is. Yeah.
At least 1,500 people died in the last 3 presidential election campaigns.
Was it my fault then?
And there have been deaths so far in this one too.
That's what we want to correct by making sure we do not continue to validate an evil entity that subject their citizens to death. So the only solution to this is to disintegrate this evil entity and allow people to make their choice so that they can develop and practice politics in the best way possible, just like the Europeans here.
So are you justifying the violence that comes from the kind of stuff that you...
It is not, the violence is not about what I do. It is the provocation of the policy of Nigeria. Okay? So it is a long time bomb coming. So what you see happening now, Nigeria have a history of violence from the beginning of Nigeria. After independence, Every election in Nigeria has witnessed violence. So it is not about me. I am here as a good guy to put an end, to have a lasting solution to the violence that have caused the life of thousands of Nigerians.
But do you not accept that some of the things that you say has engendered this kind of...
From your own perspective, you can translate it and interpret it however you want. But from my own perspective, I think I am the good guy trying to teach the people that they have a right.
So there's no blood on your hands?
There is no blood on my hand. There are more blood on those supporting the election, supporting this particular coming election. They have more blood in their hand. In Imo State, you have a governor that have invaded his own state, killed people, and why are you people not talking about that? Those are the people that have blood in their hands. All the people that have been elected in Nigeria since 1960 all have had bloods in their hands, and nobody is asking them questions. I am just the good guy who say enough is enough. Somebody have to say something, and somebody have to do something, and we're doing it.
But couldn't you make more progress if you were in the tent, as it were, not rather than out of the tent?
You can't.
In another country.
Sorry?
You're in Finland.
Yes.
So wouldn't it be better if you went back home and did the political thing there?
You should know. You see, I learn from what happened to others. I don't want to put my life in danger because the country, as far as I'm concerned, does not exist. Any country that does not respect the rule of law does not exist.
You're scared you might be killed?
Not everybody. You know that. You can say that as well. Yes.
There's a bounty on your head.
Because yes, there's a bounty on my head because Nigeria, because of the Islamic agenda in Nigeria, whoever that rises up to say something that will, make the life of the people to be better, they want to kill the person. They assassinate people every day. And today you see that there is a video that has been released by a man called Ikenga Imo, when an assassin invaded his house and they wanted to kill him. They are police officers. But if there is no CCTV, they will say unknown gunmen. These are the people that are causing all this crisis in Biafra land. But without that video, everybody has concluded that they are unknown gunmen. Today we have known them. What are the government doing about it? What are the international community doing about it? Every evidences that have surfaced anywhere about CCTV camera, it has always been security agent from the Nigeria state. Nobody is talking about that. That is what we are fighting against. We are defending ourselves, and we have armed ourselves to fight Nigeria till the last day. We have done it before. The only difference now is that today we have social media. If social media was there in the 1960s, somebody will do what I'm doing today. In those days, we have a man called Okokondem. Okokondem was broadcasting for Radio Biafra and was propagating Biafra stuff, but because there were no social media, so he would have done even more than I'm doing today, I believe so. So this is what will make a difference. And my activities on social media is educating the people, telling them they are right, that you have a right to say no, and you have the right to say yes.
Who's funding you and your organization?
Biafra people are funding my organization.
Not the Tinubu party?
I have nothing to do with Tinubu. And it's very funny. A lot of people said Tinubu paid me 25 million. How is that possible? How is it possible?
You're denying he
I don't know who is Tinubu. I have never communicated with anybody close to him. Just like the way they forged the letter. The reason why this letter issue, Nigeria is a criminal country. They breed criminals. And that is what we are fighting against. The reason why the letter on gets sorted out easily and fast was because it was against Finland. And Finland have to officially react to the letter. And the letter went viral. There are so many lies against me out there on social media. Nobody could come and say it is not true. Okay? So and those lies, when they continue to say it and maintain it, it becomes truth when nobody debunk it.
You talk about criminals. Do you think the candidates for the presidency are criminals?
They are all criminals. Yes, all of them.
Even Peter Obi.
Peter Obi is a criminal.
He's a southerner, isn't he?
He doesn't. I am not a tribal. Listen, I'm not a tribalist. I'm not a tribalist, and that is what makes us different. We want. If I'm criticizing you, I criticize you with fact and figures. I'm going to tell you how all of them are. Do I explain? One, starting from Atiku. Atiku was indicted in the United States for money laundering. He's a criminal. How do you think if Nigeria is a United States, Atiku will come back and start contesting with the criminal record he has had for money laundering? Tinubu was indicted in the United States for drug pushing. The records are there. So it's criminal. Nigeria is being ruled by criminals, and they bring criminals. Peter Obi his name was in Pandora. He didn't deny it. It's also the part of money laundering, international money laundering crime. He has $15 million in offshore accounts.
But surely Obi, being a southerner, is on the side of your people.
That is the problem. Why must you have somebody that have to be in the side of my people? That is the dangerous diversity that have brought us this far, because it will never work. Everything about Nigeria is what favors my people. I don't want what we want a Biafra where everything favors everybody. But when you have Nigeria, it is either Fulani. Now we don't even have Hausa anymore because Fulani have overshadowed them. So it is either you are fighting for Northerner as a Fulani Muslim, or you are fighting for Yorubas, or you are fighting for Igbo people. So how can you continue in that kind of system? This is why we must, make sure that we do not validate Nigeria again. So
can we just stay there?
Yeah. No, no. Yeah, cool. It's a meter. Yeah. Sorry, that's my security. Yeah.
Right. What's your relationship with Mr. Kanu at the moment?
Kanu is the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, and I regard him as my leader.
Do you talk? Do you have contact with him?
Well, we communicate somehow, but that's a confidential issue.
Because you see, he's disavowed violence. He thinks he's made statements to say that
everybody condemn violence. I condemn violence.
Okay.
I have always condemned violence.
All right. So you have seen it very well. So we wait for the second round. We'll see what is going to happen. Now, please do well to drop your comment on the comment section what to think about this video, right? And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much. I'll see you in my next video. God bless you.